Hello everyone, this is Ola, and here in the fourth video of the muscle physiology, we will discuss three activities: muscle twitch, tetanus, and staircase phenomenon. Let's begin with the twitch contraction. So this is a single action potential going along a single motor unit. So only one nerve cell is active and it's going to activate the muscle fibers supplied by this nerve cell one single time. We call that twitch contraction. If you look at this myogram tracing that twitch contraction, you can see that it has three phases. Here is the action potential, and there is a very short time between the action potential and the beginning of contraction. We call that latent or lag period. During this time, the action potential triggers opening of voltage-gated calcium channels, and the calcium is released from the sarcoplasmic reticulum, going to unlock troponin, so tropomyosin goes away. After that, we have the contraction phase, and here the sarcomer shortens. So myosin grabs the exposed actin to the center of the sarcomer. That's contraction. Then, during the relaxation time, calcium is pumped back to its storage place into the sarcoplasmic reticulum. So this twitch contraction is very short. So it takes less than 0.05 seconds. So this does not happen in real life. We don't have twitch contraction. We need to have sustained contraction to be able to maintain our body balance, our posture, and to do different movement. So for that, muscle twitches do not happen. Actually, the stimuli are delivered at high frequency. So twitches overlap, and this results in sustained or tetanic contraction. This happens through wave summation. So in wave summation, here you have an action potential, and then the contraction happens. Before the muscle completely relaxed, you are adding another action potential leading to another contraction. Again, here the muscle does not have chance to fully relax. Then you are adding a third stimulus leading to another contraction. Again, the muscle here is not fully relaxed. So you are adding the stimuli fast enough without getting the muscle enough time to be fully relaxed. We call that wave summation. That wave summation can be tetanus, which is fused or unfused, depending on the frequency of stimulation or how fast the action potentials go. So let's first focus on the unfused tetanus. So here we have an action potential resulting in a contraction. The muscle is trying to relax. However, it's not fully relaxed. Then you add another stimulus and another contraction happens, and you add a third stimulus, a third contraction happens, and again, the muscle does not have time to fully relax. And then you have another action potential and another contraction happens, and so on. So here we call that unfused tetanus because the contraction is not like a straight line, it's a kind of wavering contraction. And this happens because the stimuli are fast, but they are not fast enough so that they are added before the muscle tries to relax. We use this unfused tetanus in a little bit of activities like typing and blinking. Those kind of movements, though they are not common, but they need this type of tetanus where the stimuli are applied not fast enough so the muscle can relax halfway. In the other type, which is fused tetanus, the stimuli are really faster. So here we have an action potential, contraction, and then the muscle does not have any time to start relaxation because quickly you are added another action potential, third, fourth, and so on. So you are adding the stimuli so fast, and here the muscle does not have time to relax. So here you have this fused tetanus. What is the difference between the unfused and the fused tetanus? And the unfused tetanus here, you have 5 stimuli in zero point 0.1 second, meaning you have 50 stimuli every second. How about here? In the fused tetanus, you have double of that. You have 10 stimuli every zero point 0.1 second, which is 100 stimulus in a second. So the difference is the frequency of stimulation. Here you have less number of stimuli at the same time, which is zero point 0.1 second. Here you have double the number of those stimuli in the same time. So the rate of stimulation, the frequency of stimulation is faster in the fused tetanus. And we need fused tetanus in most of our movements, like moving something from one place to one place, carrying something. You don't want to carry something and then you have wavering contraction or a kind of, tremors. You have that fused tetanus sustained contraction to do different kind of movements. What happens to the intracellular calcium in complete tetanus? Here, because the stimuli happen too fast, the action potentials arrive so rapidly, the sarcoplasmic reticulum does not have time to reclaim calcium back. Calcium stays free in the sarcoplasm, unlocking troponin all the time. And the high calcium concentration prolongs the contraction state, making it continuous, making it sustained. So we relate that to the presence of calcium all the time. Why? Because the stimuli are fast enough to do that. For the fused tetanus to happen, you need at least 90 stimuli every second. For less than that, unfused tetanus will be the result. Okay, length tension relationship. So as you increase your muscle tension, you increase the force of that muscle. So here, if you look here, when the tension is 1.25 micrometer in comparison to having more. So as you increase the tension here of the sarcomer, it's gonna contract stronger. And you compare that to a rubber band. If you stretch your rubber band to a certain limit, it's gonna recoil back in a stronger way. That's within limit, because if you stretch your rubber band too much, you will be damaging that. Now, the trapeze or the staircase effect. Here, you are jumping up in place or you are doing warming up before doing a certain activity. So here you are doing complete contraction and relaxation of a group of your muscles, and then you start another contraction and you will be fully relaxing your muscles and so on. So what you will see is that the second contraction is stronger than the first, the third is stronger than the second, and so on. So here she's doing warming up before joining a game. If you trace her muscle activity, you will see that here is the first contraction and relaxation. Again, she's giving herself chance to fully relax her muscles. This is not, I'm not now addressing the electrical activity or the action potentials. I am looking about the a group of muscles contraction and relaxation. So you are moving a group of muscles, and this movement can be complete tetanus, but you are moving a group of muscles and then you are fully relaxing them. Then you are repeating this again. Once you are relaxing your group of muscles, you do a contraction again and again and again, and so on. So you can see that the second contraction is stronger than the first, and so on. So every successive contraction is stronger than the previous one until you reach your maximum ability, and then you will plateau. So also the key here is calcium. Calcium becomes more available so that the second and successive contractions become stronger. In addition to that, by doing the warming up or staircase or jumping up and down in place, the temperature of your muscle is elevated and changes in the pH happens, and this all of that contribute to the ability of having stronger successive stimuli. All right, now let's go with some review questions. What is the time between the action potential and the beginning of contraction? It is the latent period. During that time, the latent period, of a muscle twitch, what is happening? During this time, calcium is released from the sarcoplasmic reticulum. What do we call a sustained muscular contraction? It is tetanus. What is the difference between unfused and fused tetanus? It is the frequency of stimulation. So fused tetanus has higher frequency of stimulation. You need at least to have 100 stimuli every second for that fused tetanus to happen. Less than that, 90 to 100, sorry, less than that, you will be having the unfused tetanus. Okay, so here we have three activities of the muscles. What is that? Here you can see a sustained contraction. Muscles do not have time to begin a relaxation. So, of course, this is fused tetanus. How about here? Here the muscle is halfway relaxed, and then you are applying a second stimulus, halfway relaxed, applying a third. So this is the wavering contraction or the unfused tetanus. Here you are contracting a group of muscles, then relaxing them, then doing this again and again so that you have increased muscular force with the successive stimuli. This is therapy. So don't confuse the unfused tetanus with therapy. And the unfused tetanus, you can see here that the muscle or this does not fully relax. And here you can see that the relaxations are hitting the baseline in therapy.